Hello, second grade. Today we are going to learn how to make book snaps. Right in front of you is a book snap I made comparing the Three Little Pigs and the true story of the Three Little Pigs. And one of the things we have to do when we compare and contrast is we need to compare the problems in both stories. So today I'm going to teach you how to upload an image that you took a picture of using a printed text or a digital text. Upload it into Book Creator. Add the speech bubbles. Add emojis and a background to make your very own book snaps. So I have the first one done. So I'm going to go to the right arrow and I'm going to click onto it, which will give me a new page. So I'm going to begin by selecting the eye in the upper right hand corner, which allows me to change my backgrounds. And if you notice, there is solid backgrounds, and these are my recent ones, but I can also click on the comics, and they are pretty exciting as well. Maybe I will try a comic one this time around. Okay, if that's the image I want for my background, I am going to take a look at it. And now at this point, I'm going to add my images. And I already took pictures of these books. So one of my books is from Epic, so it is a digital book, and the other one is a printed book. And I snapshot both of the images. So I'm going to click onto Photos. And I want to select recent in my photos. And you will see I have one of the wolf in this story. And then I'm going to go back to the plus sign, click on photos again, and add my image again. Actually, I did the wrong one. I want this image. And then if I don't like the image, I can delete it. So I click the I button and the delete button to delete it, and then I have it gone. The other thing is this image is way too large. When I tap onto it, I have little circles on all four corners. If I touch one of those four corners, I can make the image as large or as small as I want. And then I can move it to where I want it. Okay, I'm going to add the plus sign again, click onto it. I'm going to add another photo. I'm going to go to Recents again, and I'm going to add this image because this image is from the other story. And it was a little upside down too, so you see how I click onto the image and I rotate it. And again, I want to make it a little smaller, so I'm going to go to the four corners to make it a little smaller and get it on my page. So now I have my two images. Where do I go to get my speech bubbles? I am going to go to my plus sign. Then do you see at the very bottom there's three little dots that are grayed with the word more, and I'm going to click onto it. Up pops some other options we have. The first one is shapes, and I'm going to click onto it, and here are my speech bubbles. So I'm going to add a speech bubble here, and the very first one I want to do is of the wolf, because in the true story of the Three Little Pigs, the main character in the whole book is not the pigs, but it is Alexander T.
Capital T.
Wolf. Oops. Okay. Now the other thing I can do, since I have my keyboard up, is I can click onto the emoji and click emojis, and up pops a bunch of emojis for me. And I can add a wolf emoji to my image. And I'm going to click onto it again. I can make it as small and as big as I want. So I'm going to move Alexander T. Wolf over a bit. And I'm going to move that speech bubble just like he's talking right there. The other thing is I want to make sure that I'm addressing all the questions when we're comparing and contrasting. So one of the questions that we have reviewed and talked about is who are the main characters. So I'm going to go to the plus button. I'm going to add a text, and I'm going to write who are the main characters. Okay. Here is my question. I'm going to click done. Again, I am going to move it around. Now this isn't a dilemma. You cannot see the words. So I'm going to click onto the eye icon again, and this is where I can make the words larger. I can also change the colors. So maybe I want to try them gray. Let's see. That still isn't very good. So I'm going to click on the eye button, make them a little smaller, and I think I'm going to go white. All right. Actually, I think I'm going to go back to the eye and I'm going to try yellow. Do you see how Mrs. Nording is changing these around? The other thing, it might just be the font. So I might want to go to the font and I can scroll and see what kind of font sizes they have. And obviously I want a thicker one. So I might want to try this one. Oh, that's a little hard to read. But this one isn't so bad. So who are the main characters? So I can see those images. Now, in the book, The True Story of the Three Little Pigs, the main character is the wolf. On the other story, the main characters really are the pigs. So I'm going to go to the plus sign again. I'm going to go to the three dots. I'm going to add the shapes. And I'm going to say the three pigs. Okay?
Pigs.
And then I'm going to shrink it up. I'm going to move it over. And again, if I want to add any arrows or anything to compare and contrast, again, I'm going to go to the more. There's this lovely arrow. Oops. So we want to make sure we tap onto it. And again, I can make it as thick as possible or as thin, and I can change the colors and I can rotate it. All right. The other thing I can do real quickly is you can go to the text box and I can go to the smiley face again and I can add a pig emoji or any type of emoji that I think will work for this. So here's a pig emoji. I'm going to hit done. To make it as large as I want, this is where I go. I click the I button again, and then I am changing the size of the pig, and then I can move it over. So this, second grade, is how we make a book snap. Happy creating.